Ladies and gentlemen, zombies and creepers, this is ChollayMurphay here, back with episode 3 of our pre-PSVR hardcore survival guide. We're going to have a lot of new players coming to PSVR Minecraft, and this is a primer to get you ready. We've done 2 previous episodes. You might want to go watch those first, but if not, we last left off as we checked out our village, and now we're going to go on and learn some stuff about mining. So here we go. Alright, hello everybody. Like I said, last time we were here, we took a look at our village. We went through and learned about the village and what kind of things to look for, the kind of resources that you can find, and the kind of things you can get into. There's a lot of good resources. It's a good place to start, especially if you can find one very early in the game. Now, we're going to continue to go try to find a place to mine. We're going to head towards the mountains over there. But first, before we venture out, I'm going to ride back over here. I'm going to pick one of these buildings, and I'm going to place a chest, and we're going to empty our inventory because hopefully if everything goes the way it's supposed to while we're mining, we're going to come up with a lot of stuff, and so we're going to need plenty of room in our pockets. We are also going to make sure we've got some food and everything for the trip. So let's see here. I'll go ahead and open the menu. And I am going to grab my chest and put it down here. I'll just speed this up a little bit for the sake of brevity. But pretty much I'm just taking all of the valuable items, things that I'm not necessarily going to need, like, you know, you can see there I've got my leather and some potatoes and, you know, that obsidian and stuff. So we're going to put that down, and we're going to cook up some food. Here we go. Make sure we've got plenty. You want to make sure you have plenty of food when you go down into a mine. Usually when you're mining, it's going to take you a while, and so you want to make sure you have plenty of that. Now we've got something here I wanted to show you. We've got some water, and that proves to be a problem. They say you can't lead a water. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Well, in Minecraft, you can't make it swim either. So basically, if you want to try to get your horse across a body of water, you've got to jump on it, move it forward just a couple of feet, and then it'll kick you off, and you do it again and again and again until finally you get onto land. So after I got him across here, we ventured out in that direction. We made it up to the mountains and stuff. I slept when I had to. What I'm looking for is a natural mine, which is basically a big hole in the ground that leads deep underground. Eventually, as I ventured out, I came across another village, and you could see the architecture and stuff in this village is slightly different. There's a couple of similar structures and everything, but I made it just in time for nighttime, so I got the stuff out of that chest, placed my bed, and slept. Now, here's a cool thing we didn't see before. You see a couple of llamas, and they've got really ornate things on. Well, you can't tell it because he's invisible, because he's drank an invisibility potion, but there is a wandering trader, and he sells some items like bamboo and some exotic woods and stuff like that it's hard to come across unless you usually do a lot of searching. But that's another cool little thing that you can find every once in a while. You'll just find him out and about, and he'll wander into towns and stuff like that. Now, this structure here is one that we haven't seen before either. This is a stone mill. And if we click on this, this is a stone cutter, which is another specialized type of table like the cartography table. See, now you can take blocks in a regular crafting table and make them into stone walls, stone steps, stone slabs, but it takes a lot of resources. By using a stone cutter table, it's a lot more specialized, and so you're able to do it, and it saves you a lot of materials and a lot of time. So that's a pretty cool thing to run across, and you can, of course, mine this and take it with you. We're not going to because it's, you know, we don't really need it for this tutorial, but it is something that if you find one, you'd be like, oh yeah, let me take that with me for my place, and you'd have a stone cutting station in your house for your projects and stuff. Now, this bell is one thing we didn't talk about before in the last village, but everyone has one, and you notice when I ring it, the the villager goes and runs and hides in his house. Well, the reason he does that is to alert the villagers that a mob has either shown up or there's some kind of danger. And when you ring that bell, that's an easy way to get all of your villagers to go into their homes really quickly. Now this structure, this is a pretty nice building. I haven't seen one made like this before, but this is a library. And as you see here, we've got some bookshelves and there's some lecterns. This is a special one, kind of like the cartography table and stuff, but right now it doesn't have a function. It's pretty much just for looks. You see, I tried to click on it. It doesn't do anything. Now these are bookshelves. You can build these yourself, but coming across them in a village is really awesome. It takes more resources. It takes a pretty good bit of resources to make them. Now you can't break these apart normally and just take them whole, but when you break them, they do drop books, and it takes books to make bookshelves. So this is a good way to get a lot of books together. To make a book takes leather and 3 pieces of paper and stuff like that. So it can be hard to make enough books to make a bookshelf, and finding the materials can be hard. Now this is a find. That is an alchemy station, and this is one of the clerics, and you can see here his trades. One of the things he has here for trade is a thing called redstone. Now, redstone can be used to improve your potions when you're brewing potions, but it can also be used as electrical conductor. Basically, it works like a wire to run to objects and to contraptions so that you can have powered contraptions, which is something we'll get into definitely later, but it's really interesting that we found that. So if you find one of those brewing stations, the potion brewing stations, you definitely want to take that with you, because that is a very late game item, and the resources you need to build one are exotic and hard to find. So we hop back on our horse, and finally, just outside of the village, I came into this. Now, as you can see here, I just built a little fenced-in area for our horse. That is so we can leave him here while we go and explore the mine. Your horse is it has a saddle and all that stuff, but if you leave him by himself, he will wander off. And if he wanders too far away, he can actually despawn. And that's something we definitely don't want to happen. So I'm going to knock these blocks out away from this so that it stands by itself, so there's no chance of him hopping in, and that'll also keep any kind of monsters from hopping in there with him. But now we are going to venture into our mine. And this is what one looks like. This is free mining. You're not actually creating the mine yourself. You're going into an already... Oh, little fall damage there. You're going into a natural mine, and you're going to find whatever there is in the different caverns and stuff like that. So I'm just going to place a few blocks so it'll be a little bit easier to get out at a later time. Now, if you look here, you can see that I've clicked in the right stick, and when you do, it shows your person up in the corner. When you are crouched, that's what pressing in the right stick does. When you're crouched, you won't fall off of high surfaces. I'm just going to mine in and get this coal here, because we are definitely going to need it. Oh, and we opened up another shaft here. So we're going to place a torch to show that that's our exit. Like I said, though, as far as... you press in the right stick, and when the right stick is in, like I said before, you don't have to worry about falling from a high surface. Now we come in here and take a look around, and it's very dark in here, and quite foreboding. You don't want to venture too far in the dark. Now we look up here, you see this little bit of dust coming down. That's important. I'll come back to that in just a minute. But so, like I said, we've got our exit there. I'm placing a torch. One good thing to do with your torches that will really help you out, especially when you're free mining, is always place your torches either on your left side or your right side. Basically, by placing your torches on a specific side, that will keep you from getting turned around, especially when you go to exit the mine. Now, you're going to come across a lot of stuff. Like you can see here, this thing that I'm mining here, this is iron ore. And you can tell because it has that same color. Even if you're not in this texture pack, the little flecks and stuff that you see in the side of the stone will have that same color, that sort of off orangish kind of color, like a really light orange, and that's to denote iron. But we've got our torch up there, and then we've placed one here on the right. And as we keep going down through our mine, through our cavern, we're always going to place them on the right. That way, see, when we go to exit, they'll be on our left. So if the torches are on your left, you're heading in the right direction. If the torches are on your right, you're heading back in deeper into the mine. So you look up here, that's where we came in. We've got a couple of paths that way, but we've opened up something over here, so we're going to continue in this direction. So I'm just going to speed up things. I'm doing some mining here. Now, I stopped because I want to show you. Notice I'm filling in those holes when I dig out these holes from mining and stuff. And the reason that I fill in those holes is because basically, especially at dark, any dark area in the dungeon can spawn mobs or monsters. And you definitely don't want to be caught off guard. So what we're going to do to keep them from spawning is close up those holes, close up those dark spaces and stuff. Now, I told you about this dust falling. This block here is called gravel. Gravel is a special block in Minecraft. You want to be careful because you see here, I'm going to pick at it, boom, and then all of it falls. And if I had been standing under it and mining straight up, it all would have fallen on me, it would have crushed me, I'd be dead, and I'd be having to try to come back here quickly enough to try to pick up all of my items. Gravel, like I said, is a special block because gravel is one of the few blocks that is affected by gravity. As you see here, I place dirt, you can put it anywhere and it just stays there. If I place a block of dirt here and one on top of it and then mine the one out from under it, the block of dirt just magically floats in the air. Now, this is advantageous for when you're building and stuff like that, but now gravel doesn't follow those rules. Gravel and sand are the two blocks in this game that are affected by gravity, and that can have it can have its usefulness, but it can also be a hazard, as you can see there. It definitely drop on top of your head, and it will do damage to you, and if you get surrounded by enough of it, it will crush you and kill you. So you see here, even if you put it on something that isn't affected by gravity, it still will be. So that's another good reason you never want to mine straight up, and you never want to mine straight down. You never want to mine straight up because you have to worry about gravel falling on you, or even monsters in some cases. You never want to mine straight down because either you could open up a hole and fall, thousands of meters to your death, or not thousands, but dozens of meters to your death, or you could fall into lava, which is always a possibility, especially at this depth. So we're going to continue to walk through. We're going to put our torches on the right and continue forward. And so we see we've got some more iron over here. I'm going to hop up here and we're just going to take a quick look. When you're in a mine, you always want to keep your head on a swivel. Because like I said, in a place like this, any little dark corner could be a spawn point for a monster. So you're not always necessarily going to hear them coming. You're not always necessarily going to see them coming. And so that can be something that can, you don't want to be surprised too fairly often in deep in a mine, especially if you found something very valuable like diamonds or something like that. See, just like I said, now we've got a zombie that just snuck up on us out of nowhere. So you definitely always want to constantly check your back, constantly check your surroundings. Now that also made me realize that my hunger bar is empty. You want to make sure you keep food in your on-hand bar. That way you can just make sure you always got it topped off. Because remember, our health will not regenerate if our hunger bar is empty. So I'm gonna do some more mining here and get this iron here. So we'll hop up here. Now iron can be mined with a stone pickaxe. Of course, because you have to be able to get the iron to make iron ingots to make the materials and stuff. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I thought I would put that out there because there are some things that you cannot mine with a stone pickaxe, and you'll have to have iron for. So we'll place our torch there. We're going to continue deeper in here. Let's put another one here on our right, and around the corner. And we got a creeper. Now, when you're fighting a creeper, what you want to do is come in, hit, and move back. Come in, hit, and move back. Now see, we were still close enough to where he exploded, but we were far enough away to where it really didn't rock us or do any damage. But anytime you're forced to fight a creeper, that's how you kind of want to approach it. You want to go in as quick as you can, hit him, and then back up as quick as you can. Because as soon as you move towards him, he's going to start to flash and start trying to explode. Which, luckily, one of the byproducts of that is he stops in place for a few seconds, so that'll give you time to back up for just a second. We'll place another one. Oh crap! We just got shot by a skeleton. All right. It's action-packed this episode. So here's a good, if you're fighting in a mine and you don't have much room, here's a good tactic. Hide behind a corner or some other object. They'll come after you, then jump out and just attack as fast as you can. And it'll give him less time to get off shots on you, and hopefully you shouldn't take very much damage. All right. So we've got those bones. I'm going to keep those. Those will definitely come in handy later. They can be used for a couple of different purposes. One of which is we can make that bone meal that we made before to help our plants grow and stuff like that. I'm just doing some mining right here in this area. And, of course, when we're done, we're definitely going to close that up. We don't want anything creeping out of there and coming after us as we're walking deeper into the mine. But bone can be made into bone meal like we made before, except, we won't have to waste a bunch of resources to make it. It can just be put into your bar, and put into your crafting bar, your crafting table, and it'll produce bone meal. You can also use bones to tame wolves. Which we haven't seen any of those yet, but if we see any of those later, then we will definitely want to have those on hand so that we can try to tame one, and wolves can become a companion for you, and they'll actually help attack hostile mobs for you, which is awesome. But like I said, we'll definitely we'll address that if it becomes a thing. I took that down because I decided we want to try to go this way because I noticed we have this nice shaft going down like that, and so we're going to continue to make sure we put our torches on the right side. Looks like we're going to need some more, so I'm going to make some more. And like I said, you don't even have to have your crafting table for this. Just put it stick in the simple crafting menu, and then coal on top, and it'll produce torches for you. All right, so we're going to come down here, put another torch on our right to illuminate things, and oh boy, yeah, that's a long way down. Now, some people would see this and say, oh, we got some light down there. And that looks like lava and maybe something else. I'm not sure. Notice I've made sure to click in my right stick. I do not want to fall into this, and that'll let me look over the edge a little bit further. But, yeah, that's a long way down. Some people would see this and say, I'm trying to find another way or whatever. But you can descend from here. You can do it safely. There's a couple of different ways, but the way that we're going to do, because that's what we have the materials for, is like this. What you want to do is, I'm going to clear this stuff out of the way real quick. That'll help us out. What you want to do is get some dirt or some block like that. Make sure you are crouched. Make sure you click in the right stick. You do not want to fall. That is going to ruin everything. But click in the stick, and you want to lean out. You want to get out a little bit outside the edge of the block, and then turn and look towards the wall. And you're going to look down, and if you notice when you look at stuff with your cursor, it puts a little black outline. Well, go down one block and place a block on the wall. I didn't mean to put it right beside of us. It's supposed to be down one. But and place that down. And then we're going to drop down here. We'll make sure we crouch again before we lean out. Let's see here. We're going to put we're going to be able to get back up. We'll make sure we really can't do torches on the right side, but as long as the torches are here in this as long as the torches are here in this tunnel, we'll definitely be able to, we'll know that this is the way to go. But look down and place another one, and then we're going to drop down, crouch again, and we're just going to keep going like that and spiral staircase our way down, which is going to give us a convenient way to get back out and a convenient way to get down. Because, I mean, if you get down here and your pockets get full, I mean, you can always leave your torches where they were and come back later after you've went back to town and put your stuff back up. You know, put your stuff in a chest and everything, and then come back and mine some more. Now, when we leave here, we're probably going to leave for good. So, but anyway, so we're going to keep doing what we were doing, keep spiraling our way down, keep placing our torches so we can see what's going on. Oh, looks like we've got an opening over here. So I guess I'm gonna place some blocks here, and we'll walk across here and see what we've got to work with. I'll place a torch there. I hear a spider in the background. Oh, we got some iron over here, and we want that. So I'm gonna place that block of dirt. Place one there. Looks like we got solid ground under us, so I'm not too worried about mining that. So I'll just place another one here, and we'll bridge our way across. We'll mine that out. Oh. Okay. Well, cool. We found another little area. Now, I'm going to mine this straight up, but that's only because I'm absolutely positive there's nothing above it. So that's the only time that it's safe to mine straight up, but that's definitely what you want to avoid. And we got our light over here. Up, I see some lava. Ooh, and I see some goodies. All right, well, let's go back up here and get this straightened out. We don't want to leave ourselves in the dark. Oh, we got another opening over here. What's going on? We found some cool stuff. Okay, that's another shaft that goes down into some lava. It looks like, okay, that's the other side of that. Okay, that's the other side of that shaft we were coming down. So, cool. So we don't have to go back to the shaft and continue. We'll just continue to come from this direction. So I'm going to pillar my way back up. Place that there. And let's see, how am I going to do this? Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll knock these out. All right. I keep hearing that spider. That freaks me out. All right. I'll place another one there, like a step. And we'll place one here and one here. And now we've got a nice set of steps to go back up when we're done down here. And so I'll place that there. So to make sure that we know that this is the way back up, we'll place a torch there. All right, we've got our torch up here to show us that this is the way, and then we've got our staircase back out. So we'll come back down here, slowly, steadily. We want to be careful. See, we've got another path off this way and off that way, and another one that goes up this way. Just one thing you want to make sure you do when you're free mining is you don't want to go off into too many random directions. Pick a direction that you're going to go and stick to it. In fact, what we're going to do is I'm going to take our dirt. We're going to wall this off because not only are we not going to go that way, we also don't want any nasty things coming out of the shadows that way and sneaking up on us. And that should keep us safe by putting that barrier in the way so we don't have to worry about anything coming that way. All right, I'm going to place my torch there. Oh, we got some coal here, so I'm going to mine that up, in case we need some more for some other things. Straighten out the inventory, make a couple more pickaxes and some tools that we need, and we'll keep on going. All right, so we'll continue down this way, and yeah, there's our goodies. So I'm going to go ahead and knock some of this out so we can see a little bit better, see if we have any hazards in front of us before we just run at the first treasure we see. Let's make sure we crouch. See there? That's a death trap. If I would have just ran and just jumped down there and said, oh, well, I'll survive that, I could have fallen straight down into that lava, and everything we just did would have been for absolutely nothing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open this area up a little bit so I can avoid that lava at all costs. We're going to put down, let's see, let me put a torch up here. That'll show me that that's the way back up as well. going to put one there. We're going to hop down here. Oh! Oh! That could have been very bad, folks. And like I said, you got to keep your head on a swivel. All right. And so, let's see here. You hear that lava bubbling. I love that sound. So we're going to chip that off and make this a little bit better of a step. All right. Oh, just noticed. Hunger bar is empty. We got to make sure we keep it full. That is going to save your butt. Make sure you always have a full hunger bar. Make sure you always have plenty of food. This block is something special. It is a material called lapis lazuli or lapis lazuli, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I think either one is considered right. It makes me nervous. All right. But anyway, lapis lazuli can be used for two things. One, it is a brilliant blue dye, and the only way to get it is by mining it out of caves. See, it's a dead end. So that creeper came from probably nowhere. Either that or maybe he came from up here. We got some mushrooms over there. Some mushrooms. So, but either way, we want to avoid this area. We don't need any more surprises, especially not like that. But it can be used to make a brilliant blue dye. See, we got some redstone here. A cool thing about redstone is it provides power. So when you strike the stone, see, it lights up. It shows that it's like powerful, like it has power in it. We come over here. Also, another thing, lapis lazuli. Oh God! Oh no! Oh crap! I almost pulled myself. Get out of here, you stupid spider. See, that's what I'm saying. You have to be ready. That could have been tragic. All right, I think I got I don't have my back to a corner. Crap. All right, we've got to find. Okay. I think we're cool for a second. Anyway, the blue lapis lazuli can be used for a blue dye. It can also be used. It's also used as not a payment, but as a component in enchanting. So you have to have lapis lazuli to enchant weapons and tools. So that's definitely something you want to snag when you're down here. Let's go ahead and take care of this death trap here. I'm going to go ahead and put some blocks in the way. So hopefully we don't get snookered by any monsters and end up in a nice pool of lava. This place over here looks very hazardous. See that spider dive into the lava to his death? So we definitely we want to try to be on as sure a footing as we can. So we're going to go in this direction. Plus, we've got some more goodies over here we definitely want to collect like that. Now, if you look down here, we've got water flowing. Now, water can be tricky. Water definitely has a current flow, and you can see it there if you look closely. If I toss a block down in there, look, pushes it straight into the lava, and that is something we do not want to happen to us. So we are going to avoid that, avoid just dropping down into that water so that we don't get pushed. The flow of the water might not push you very hard, but it's if we happen to be in that water and then something attacks us and it takes our attention away and we're trying to fight and we're trying to keep from being pushed into the lava, sometimes that's enough to cause you big problems. So we're going to walk over this as carefully as we can, and we'll deal with this problem a different way. So what I'm doing is I'm clearing out this stone. We're going to come down here where we've got more flat, wide open area, so we don't have to worry about that lava, we don't have to worry about that water. And I'm just going to speed things up and clear some of this stone out and give us more room. See, we've got the water exposed and everything, and what I'm going to do is build an actual staircase back up. And sure enough, here comes another one. We're going to hit him and move back. Oh, I didn't get back fast enough. And he blew up our nice newfangled fancy stair steps, which we're just going to replace. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's It's a thrill a minute deep down in the mines. So let's put some light here so we can see. I don't think there's anything over there. Let's hop and see. Okay, yeah, that's not even a flat surface up there. So I think we'll be okay there. If we look straight up, man, I can't even tell how far up that goes. And monsters can fall from up there. They can fall down here to this flat surface. So like I said, keep your head on a swivel. Keep checking your back. Make sure that you don't have anything attacking you. Before we proceed, we've collected quite a bit of iron ore. So we're going to go ahead and process some of that and turn it into something that is going to help us while we're down here, into actually quite a few things that are going to help us. But we want to be safe. So what I'm going to do is I've cornered myself up against a wall, and I'm going to place a 2-high block barrier. The only creature that can climb a 2-high block barrier is a spider, and spiders can do a little bit of damage, but they don't do a ton of damage when they hit you, and definitely not as much as a creeper. And that's another reason I'm putting that out as far as it is, so the creepers don't, get too close and destroy it. And now we're going to put our furnace down. Now that we're protected, we don't have to worry about anything sneaking up on us and killing us. I'm going to put down that. I'm going to put in some coal, and then all you have to do is load up your ore, all of it, and it'll be taken care of. So folks, this is where we're going to leave off while we sit here and heal up and fill our hunger bar. When we return, we'll be completing our underground journey through the mines. I'll teach you how to take this iron that we're processing and make some iron weapons and tools and some iron armor that'll help keep us safe. So folks, don't forget to tune in for the next one, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching this video, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my channel. It would help a lot. I thank you all very much.